It's time for The Local with your host and realtor, Katie McKinney.
Hey guys, Katie here, your local real estate professional, and today I've got a very, very special guest here. My husband, Josh McKinney. Josh, thanks for being here.
You bet.
He's absolutely thrilled, but I thought it would be wonderful to have him on, kind of talk a little bit about where he's from, kind of what he does. You may not see him a whole lot. That's usually because he's working, but we try to be around and be together a lot, even with busy schedules. So, Josh, tell us a little bit about where you're from.
Well, I guess I grew up in Inglewood, Kansas. Went to school at Ashland. I guess that's about it.
You went to college at OSU?
Yeah, went to college there.
Met a lot of really cool people.
Went to college at WT for a little while.
And then he met me in between there. And
Yep.
well, anyway, we met after I had graduated from high school there in Canadian, and we couldn't really stay away from each other after that. So we've been married how many years now, you think?
Almost 5.
Almost 5 years. I should know that, but almost 5 years. And obviously, he grew up Southwest Kansas, Inglewood, west of Inglewood. I grew up in Canadian, but we had actually never met before until we met after high school. He was in college, obviously. As you can tell, he's a cattleman. I call him a cattleman. What do you consider yourself, Josh?
I guess whatever. I'm a jack of all trades and master of none.
Oh, God. I don't think that's true. But he does a lot of work, mostly in the cattle, with cattle and horses. And that's actually the reason that we moved to Woodward. We were living in Stillwater while I was going to school, moved here to Woodward, working for the Messengers, and we've been here ever since. So what do you do exactly on your day-to-day, Josh?
Well, that's a loaded question, but for the most part, feeding and doctoring and working on stuff is usually what I get done.
He's a mechanic. He's a rancher.
Not much of a mechanic.
Well, he has to be a mechanic sometimes. Usually something's stuck or broken, so he has to fix it. And feeding a lot, riding horses a lot, doctoring. I would say one of your main passions is the horses, or are the horses.
Yeah.
Raising some colts and just enjoying that process, training them and that sort of thing. Wouldn't you consider that be one of your favorite things, your passions?
Yeah, probably my favorite thing. Yeah.
Your favorite thing. And he is really, really good at leather work, which he won't admit. But he's very good at all of pretty much anything you can give to him. He's good at. So I don't say that often, do I? Thought we better document it on the podcast.
Yeah, don't give me too much credit.
Okay. Well, what do you think is a misconception about the ranching industry? This is a deep question.
Well, one misconception, I guess, is that it's easy.
Yeah.
Probably a lot of people think it's a life full of
romance.
Oh yeah, romance and easy times in the sunshine. I guess that's probably not the case.
Yeah, there's a lot of highs and lows in cattle, horses, anything really, any industry, but especially that. I feel like a lot of people have a romanticized version of it.
Yeah,
which we both grew up.
If you watch it on TV, it's pretty.
Yeah,
looks pretty good.
Unless it's like the Cowboys or something, and that would be. What didn't look very romanticized then, I guess. But, but we both grew up on a ranch, so we had that connection and kind of understood the values of ranch life and growing up in the country. And I feel like we share a lot of those values, so I think it's pretty neat. But that is a misconception, is that it's a romanticized version of whatever John Wayne movie that you've seen, and it's not always that, for sure, with the markets and whatever it might be.
Weather.
The weather, yes.
Yeah.
I didn't know the weather was so important until, cattle live or die depending on the weather. So, like, hey, I actually care about the weather now. It's not just about showing activity, it's about cattle and keeping them alive. So,
That's right.
that's kind of
Yep.
neat. Well, obviously, we're not from here, but what is one of your favorite parts about living in Northwest Oklahoma?
Well, I like the kind of rural atmosphere, and people kind of have a down to earth outlook on most things.
Mm-hmm.
It's just good to have those people. They mostly have their morals are lined up pretty close with what I like.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Well, Josh, we'll keep it short and sweet. I sure appreciate you being here today.
You bet.
Thanks, guys. See you soon.